Bro, I want to tell you this, right? Hello, firstly. But I want to tell you this, and I need you to understand that people, right? I'm gonna be nice and say maybe not everyone because it's possible that you viewing this are a nice person, but like you need to understand that people act for their own selfish reasons, right? Like people, like as much as we would want to believe that the end goal for what we are doing is freedom, right? Like we all doing this so that we are financially free and free from worries, and we are living in abundance, right? That is the reason. And but then the moment you understand that people take different drugs, right? And by drugs I mean that going into the world with a naive mindset of thinking or trying to believe that everyone is doing this so that they're free, right? Is where you might get delayed because, believe it or not, your friends could become delays or enemies in that sense because whenever you come with opportunities, like tell me why, I'd bring up one friend and another friend, I'd be like, you have this, I have this, can collaborate so that we can build. But then you'd have people that are going to delay, right? And why am I so inspired to say this? I'm trying to put out there and have you understand that whenever you have an idea, you need to be careful on how you include everyone in it, in the sense that people have their drugs and like people are taking, like, bro, the moment you understand that people, right, as much as we are different individuals, you need to understand that we are acting from our own selfish reasons. It's either to protect ourselves or to make ourselves gain, or the ones around, or the ones that we love. So the moment you start understanding that the people around you, each and everyone, is acting from a selfish perspective, even the people closest to you still have their selfish wants, right? That is where things get easier because you need to understand that, bro, the reason there's books, right? The moment you are trying to put out a thing, right, or an idea to someone that you see as a potential partner or an acquaintance, or you're trying to form an alliance, and then sometimes you might not get the reaction or the action that you want, is because people are selfish, right? Tell me why you gonna come with the greatest idea, right, and then pitch it, but then you don't see the results as fast as you expected because this idea is so great. This comes with understanding that people, your ideas, right, people have a need for your ideas to make themselves great, right? So as much as you think that people's end goal is freedom, for some people it's not. That's why I started this chat by saying some people have their own drugs that they're taking. This might not be actual drugs like cocaine and weed, right? People have the reason why they're doing certain things, right? For some people, It might be recognition, right? Some people are working hard because they want to get in an industry and be recognized as this person. That's the only reason they're doing this, so that they're recognized either in the workspace or by their families, right? So recognition. So if you coming up with an idea to this person that is gonna make them an abundance amount of money, but then they don't get recognized, do you think they're gonna take it, or do you think they're gonna help you with it? Because their life's goal is to be recognized and be someone. Do you get me? And then for some people it's fame, right? As much as recognition and fame might sound the same, but then there's different fields in industry. Some people, like, bro, the reason you watch documentaries and understand that there's career paths where people are not even getting paid enough, or like they're not even like enjoying their work, okay, because of when we're basing it on the amount of money they're getting paid, but then it gets them fame. Like that's why you get like stories from old actors saying that, oh my god, we didn't have, but you still did acting only because why? Some people enjoy being called by their screen character. For instance, right? That's in regards to actors. Like some people are just doing this for the mere fame, right? Not because they actors, not because they want to get rich. They're just doing it for fame. Some people are fashion designers. They view idols like Ralph Lauren, and they're like, oh my god, he's someone, and then they want to be that person, right, bro? Some people are like, they want to be viewed as Mary, like Virgin Mary, believe it or not. So that's why they act like this. And some people want to be viewed as feminists, right? And feminists doing whatever, and they're using that to like blind or put smoke in front of certain values or goals. So it's like whenever you step into these people, right, or not even like to mention that there's certain types of people, there's like, I'm trying to put out the equity. It is important to understand which drug this person is taking, whether it be when you're trying to communicate with the opposite sex, right? You need to understand what is driving this person before you pitch, because you might be a lover boy and approach this female from a lover boy perspective, showing her that you want to build and have a future family and a wife, and you're going to be a good husband that doesn't cheat. But to her, that is not valuable. What is valuable is for her to feel like a movie character that she saw once upon a time, or for her to be able to feel somehow over you. Do you get me? Bro. And I'm saying this so that, like, this is like important knowledge, right? Because the minute you start understanding, right, you start understanding that people will always act selfishly. The moment you understand that, you need to understand, like, you tap in and you feed them whatever they're addicted to. That is when things are easy for you. Trust me, bro. Things become easy for you when you do that, because you're giving them the drug that they want. So even if, for some people, it's not even about the money, bro, because you understand, like, bro, like, you look at people and you're thinking that, oh, bro, you just want to make money. No, bro, there's people who are working for free just to be on screen, bro. There's people who are working endlessly without putting out the work, but just because they want to be recognized to the people there's people who are doing things, and sometimes you don't even understand why they're doing those things. And for some people, it's just romance. Yeah, romance, bro. Like the reason, right? The reason I'm doing like people, like, bro. Imagine that there's people who base their whole life work on romance. Like the only reason I'm doing this is so that females find me attractive. So whenever you speak into that person, you need to understand the conversation and the context at which you are constantly feeding them the drug that they want. And what is important is don't give away your drug. The moment people don't understand what it is that makes you so that is when you start being mysterious. That is when you start being valued. Simple as that, man. People will always be selfish, but then you need to put yourself in a place where it is easy for you because you've recognized what they can't stop themselves from. You might think that this person is just doing drugs, right, to look free and cool, and that is it. That is it. Like literally, bro, imagine that like there's people who've dedicated their lives to being cool, right? Because they viewed, bro, like literally the first video I made on this agenda was me trying to say, like, I was not even trying to say, I was saying it. It was, bro, you need to understand the context and literally view whatever it is in the literal mindset. Because, bro, so many movies and the people that the camera follows, right? Because I'm gonna use movies in most cases because that's mostly what influenced us, you know? The people that the camera follows are not always good. The people that the camera spreads the frame to, like the villains, in most cases are the people that in this modern world are either hard workers or ideally the good person, right? Because, bro, you view movies, right, and then you see that whoever the main character is literally a bum, bro. And because you like this person, you view this person, you start wanting to be cool. Hence, there's a whole concept about how smoking cigarettes is cool, right? Because the people that the camera follows smoking cigarettes, so it looks edgy and cool. And then you realize that, like, the person that is being perceived as whiny and douchey and like annoying and nagging, that is the hard worker, that is the person with the most money. But then the guy who's the main character always say, bro, he has a stick up his ass. And then you're like, bro, I don't want to be like that person. Imagine manifesting being a bum, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Movies are great, movies are entertaining, get the values right. Don't make that your whole personality. Now literally you smoking weed just to be cool, you doing those drugs. Like okay, bro. In high school, yeah, do it. But then you're getting a face tat? You're getting a face tat? Oh my god. Oh my freaking god, bro. think about your life, bro. Think about it. Like, what? What? The person that you're looking up to does not work out, eats junk food, smokes cigarettes, and drinks alcohol, and that is your life? Ah, okay, bro.